Hey, what's up guys? Brock Gage here, and as you can see, we're back in Crosswind, because in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys everything you need to know about Haradon cards. So, I'm going to assume you guys are just level 45, you know nothing about what cards you should get, and I want to explain it in a very simple and easy manner so you guys can start working on these as soon as possible. I'm going to tell you how to get your weapon card, how to get your terrain card, how to get your armor card, how do you get your resource card, and how to get your weapon card. So guys, I want to break it all down and be extremely simple in this video. Basically, the two things you want to remember is that you have to worry about your combo skills. You want your cards to be one of each type, that way you can get the maximum efficiency. As you can see here, I don't have one of each type, so I don't have my sharpshooter eye ability, which would give me a passive without having to use that passive, so I would in a sense get 3 passives. So the way I would do this is to get 1 armor, 1 resource, 1 terrain, 1 monster, and 1 weapon. And I want to say that as many times as possible because that's the point of this video. So let's start talking about how to get each one of those for your class. Alright guys, real quick, let's get out of the way the hardest one for most people to get, and that is your armor card, guys. While it's the hardest one to get, it's actually, I believe, one of the simplest too, because it's the same for every single class, right? So a monk, a blood knight, a ranger, a warrior, and a mage, it doesn't matter what you are, you're gonna get the pumpkin card because it's the one you don't have to spend runes on. You don't have to spend any runes from the rune lottery, or not rune lottery, the card lottery to get this. All you have to do is the Malevolent Mirror Dream Dungeon, and this is available, I think, for any level actually. So start doing this regardless of what level you are, and just get the pumpkin card. It drops from the end of the dungeon, so just do it every day. You can do it 3 times a day. Get your pumpkin card so you can activate your combo skill. Alright, so we handled your armor card. Let's go to the easiest one now, your weapon card. Guys, real simple. Greystone Fortress Legend. Do it over and over and over every day till your fingers bleed, and you'll have your weapon in no time. The monks and the mages get a staff, and the blood knights and the warriors get, I think it's an axe or a sword, and the archers get the longbow. And like I said guys, all you have to do is Greystone Fortress, kill the bosses over and over and over on Legend, and you'll get the fragments. I think you need 40 fragments. You get about 4 or 5 when they drop, so you know, just do them every day guys. You'll have your weapon card before you know it. Alright guys, so now that we have our armor and our weapon cards figured out, we can go to our monster cards. And the monster cards are pretty easy to get as well, but unfortunately, the best ones are only available for a limited time. So if you can't get these two, just get any monster card that you feel will help your class and focus on things like damage and resistance and, you know, wisdom and really core things that'll help your class. Like, don't worry about poison protection, right? But my advice is to wait for the tournaments. If you go here, you can see the tournaments. Right now there are none, but there are usually, or sometimes there are tournaments where you can get the Fluffy card, and the Fluffy is the best monster card you can get other than Dragon that is free. So to get the Fluffy card, you can see boost physical and magical force. That's good for every single class. When the tournament occurs, the way that you advance in the tournament is to simply get card fragments. And the best way to do that is to come over here, and you can do this at any level. This is why this is my favorite spot. And my character's kind of glitched here, which is kind of cool. You can only see my tree. But if you run over here, there's a fish man that spawns right kind of close to the bridge on the beach. See, he's this big dead one here, and there's already other players. Oh my god, my character's invisible. That's weird. Cool, we got a glitch on camera. But anyways, he's this big dead guy right here, and you can see there's always other players here waiting to kill him. So just come over here, literally turn on Netflix and sit down and just kill this guy over and over and over and over and over and over, and you will get the card fragment for Fluffy, as long as you do it during this tournament. Alright guys, so now we're at the terrain cards. This is where it starts to get tricky and where a lot of people start to fall off, but I'm going to do my best to make it as simple as possible. Ready? I want you guys to focus on 3 stats, and these 3 stats are for every class. Strength for warriors and blood knights, agility for rangers, and wisdom for mages and monks, or strength for monks, depending on how you want to play. So you get your agility card from the Cogwheel Temple. You get your strength card from Crosswind, and you get your wisdom card from Sunken Hollows. Alright guys, last but not least, we have the resource card. Now, the resource card, they're actually giving away, if you go to the top right here, in the daily logins, on day 21 you actually get the Lucky Cross. This gives wisdom, which is great for monks and mages, but you can also get your resource cards from the same way you got your armor card, the pumpkin card, which is just the Dream Dungeon, the Malevolent Mirror. So you go to the left here, solo, and then at the Malevolent Mirror you can go ahead and tap this and you see all the fragments you get. Now for each class, you're going to want as a monk or a mage the adventure novel. For wisdom, for a warrior, you're going to want the collection of poems or a blood knight. And for a ranger, you're going to want the Alacrity anthology. And if you are a tank, you should just try to get the pile of potatoes. Again, all of these guys come from the Dream Dungeon, the Malevolent Mirror. So just hop in those and get your resource card. Alright guys, so hopefully you have a better understanding of the card system and what cards you should be going for. Real quick to wrap things up, 2 things I want you to keep in mind. 1, be sure to not waste your gold leveling up a lot of cards that you're not going to use. So pick 5, I gave you some examples, and just stick to those. Otherwise you're going to waste a ton of gold and resources leveling up cards you don't need. And the other thing is, guys, I want to show you, be sure to lock your cards. So the way you do this is you go and let's say I want to lock, these are my 5 cards, I'm going to use these for sure. So to lock my longbow card, I simply go to the weapons here, I tap my card and I tap this little lock here. Do you want to lock this card? Fragments of locked cards won't be available for feeding to other cards. This basically means you won't waste your fragments for the cards you need. So be sure to do this on all the cards that you're using, that way you won't waste the fragments. And lastly guys, I want to give a huge thank you to my friend Reverend Chaos for giving a bunch of information for this video. It helped a lot. And guys, a lot of time went into this video, a lot of energy and a lot of research. So if you could give me a like and share it with your friends, that'd be really helpful. And guys, as usual, my name is Brock Gage, and I'll see you guys in the next one.